Hiya, how's it going? I am the Cunning man, thanks for joining me. And you joined me today, and as you can see, I'm already on the bike. I'm currently in a place called Ombudsleigh, and I'm heading towards Worcester because I am heading towards Wales to go and do a solo camping trip. It's about a week after the last video where I was buying my camping gear, and not being one to let the grass grow under my feet, I've decided that today is the day I'm going to go off and have a bit of a camp on my own and see how I get on. A little bit trepidatious, if that's a word. Yeah, a little bit, just because it's not something I've ever done before, and I got all the kit, I got it sorted, made the plan, and then I looked at the weather and it's going to be pouring down from about 1 o'clock this afternoon. It's currently 11:30. So not only is it going to be a camp, I think it's probably going to be a wet camp as well, which previously I would have used as an excuse not to do it, but not anymore. So I'm on my way, and we're going to head down. I'm going to a lovely it is campsite, but it's a wild campsite. You're camping in a meadow, because for those of you outside of the UK, wild camping in the UK is illegal. You're not allowed to do it, so you have to go to a campsite. But we're quite lucky that there are people in the country that are running campsites that are as close to wild camping as is possible to get. And I'm going to a place today called Cunning Farm, which, as you can tell from the name, is in Wales, and actually about 10 miles away from the house where I grew up. So yeah, I'm heading back down that way. And it's a pure coincidence because I just went on Hip Camp and asked it to show me wild camping, and that's the first place that came up. So in the best traditions of little magic, I thought that's a sign, let's go there. My thinking being that if it is horrible and I don't like it, I can always go and stay with my mum. So yeah, that was my thinking behind it. Though I've got to say that it sounds planned. It sounds like I'm giving myself an out. It was totally unplanned. It's just a happy coincidence. So I'm heading towards Worcester currently, and hopefully I won't be on these dual carriageways and bypasses for very long, and I'll get onto some nicer roads. But I'm also doing it old school. You'll notice that there's no sat-nav by there. And I purposefully started in Ombudsleigh. So Ombudsleigh is where the archery club is, and I purposely started there because I didn't want to be able to know where I was going. I obviously know the way from my house back home to Wales like the back of my hand. I do it all the time. So if I'd left from my house, the temptation would have been to take the roads that I know, and I didn't want to do that. I wanted it to feel like a proper trip. So I've started in Ombudsleigh, so I've got to go through Worcester and Hereford rather than Evesham and backcountry through to Monmouth and then Ross and Wye and then Monmouth, which is the way that I would normally go. So I've jumped across the country a little bit, and I'm going Worcester, Hereford, or Worcester, Leicester, Hereford, Abergavenny, and once I get to Abergavenny I'll know where I am. Just because it sounded like a good idea and it felt like a good idea. Now, I don't know if you're going to be able to see this, but I've actually got my map taped onto the tank, like in the olden days when we used to tape directions onto your tank. Because I wanted to do it that way. I didn't want to use the modern technology. I feel like we're moving our brains outside of our heads and into our pockets with our phones and all the rest of it. So yeah, that was my thinking behind it, was that I would I'd go old school. And for a second then, you might have seen my hand jump off the bars. For a second then, I thought I'd forgotten my phone as well, which would have been really old school. And I'm not even sure there's access to telephone boxes anymore. So yeah, there we are. That's the plan. Let's go. So I've stopped for a minute just to have a bit of a stretch on the bike. Not get off or nothing. Just stretch my legs out and stuff. I've been riding about an hour. Just a lovely spot out in the countryside. So I thought I would stop, but I've been riding along thinking, well, I don't know what they're talking about with all the talking about rain and horrible weather. It's a lovely day, but I've got glasses with a yellow filter on, and what I'm seeing is this, which looks absolutely gorgeous, doesn't it? It's really, really nice. And then you do this. It's a horrible day. But we're out in the countryside, we're having fun, we're riding, we're going where we need to go. I just thought I'd have a quick catch up with you because I think I spend a lot of time riding and talking, and I noticed that my last two videos have all been sat on the motorbike. I don't want to go over the top with that. That's why we're not riding along. You're not riding along with me. I'm going to get there, and you can spend the time with me putting the tent up and on the campsite because I don't want my videos all to be the same. So yeah, just to let you know we're getting there. All right then. So we're here. It's beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous, but it is howling down with rain. I'm just having a look around a minute. So yeah, we're right under the Table Mountain. Absolutely beautiful. What a great spot. Like I say, looks grim, very wet, but who cares? So I believe I'm going to get the bike from over there and bring it and park it over here. Probably try and put it flat as possible up against there. Then I grab a wheelbarrow, good idea. I take my camp. I go and pitch my tent, I believe, up there. I mean, there's tents up there, so I think you can pitch where you want. So I'll have a look, and got a feeling I might go up under them trees somewhere where it'll be a little bit shaded and drier. But we'll have a look. Right. Go and grab Lou. It's all a bit active, isn't it? No vehicles up by there. I'm going to quickly have a look at the map and see if I can work out where I'm supposed to be, because it looks like there's people camping in a tent there. My map's falling apart straight away. nice and secure, guy ropes out and all the rest of it. But the one thing they don't really tell you about camping, oh hang on, you look wet. How's that? Is that better? Okay, so the tent is all up, guy roped out, it's all nice and secure and safe. But one thing they don't tell you about going on a biking expedition is when there's a chance of rain, everything gets wet. Because there's obviously a strap to the outside of a bike in it, or you're wearing it. So my coat, absolutely soaked. With obviously, mostly you're carrying electronics and stuff in there, aren't you? So that's soaked, but that's alright. I got a waterproof phone, who cares? But the idea is now to try and get it as dry as possible by the morning, by the time we leave. So that is not going back out in the rain at all today. I've got a second set of top clothes and a second set of trousers, so it doesn't matter if they get wet tonight or today. So what I'm going to do is go down to the bike, pick up the rest of the stuff, wheel it back all the way up the hill, and set the camp up, and then I'm going to try and stay under some kind of cover. So this tent's got like a little porch thing in the front, which I'll set up when I get back, and then I'm just going to try and stay under cover for the rest of the evening if it's raining. If it's fine, that's no problem. I'll be outside and loving life. But yeah, this is all the challenges of camping. As you can see though, my tent is quite an old tent, so it was also a bit of an annoyance to put up because I'd completely forgotten how to do it, but I got there in the end. Yeah, I think I might be getting a new tent at some point. Probably not before the winter. Never know though, that's when the deal's up. Anyway, I'll be back in a minute. It's a comedy twist. I got everything up here. All my food, my clothes, techie stuff and cameras and all of that, so that you lot can join me. And I go all the way up here with a wheelbarrow, and I set myself up and I've unpacked everything, and I realised that I've got to go back to the bike, which is down there. See that little spot in between those two cars? Yep, that's Lou. That's where Lou is staying tonight. He's pitched over at a bit of an angle too, but we won't worry about that. So I have to walk all the way back down there because I forgot the multi-purpose spork, and it's the most important thing. I can't do anything out without that, can I? Can't eat, can't make coffee, can't do anything. So I had to go all the way back down the hill, to walk all the way back up the hill, and that's why I look like this. But it's all good fun. I mean, it's not raining at the moment, so it's all good. Yeah, let's crack on then. Might be starting to turn because I don't know if you can hear, it's pouring with rain, absolutely hooving it down. But I got the porchway entrance all sorted before it started raining, so I'm dry. I've got a nice dry place to sit, somewhere that I can set the cooker up and get my coffee on. I'm a happy boy. This stuff, I really have. I walked all the way down there to go and pick up the multi-purpose super sport thing, because I didn't have anything to eat or drink with. And I've opened up my cooker, and I've got my flick spoon and my flick fork, which I put in the pack the other day. This is what comes of carrying your brain on the outside of your body. Right, coffee time. Hey, so it's a bit of a fail on the multi-spork, and I'll show you why, right, if I can. You get some on your food, and look, see where the cutter is? It's dropping off the back of the spoon. See how? Try and do it again. See? It drops through this bit by here. Which results in a certain amount of what we will refer to as spillage. This is Reinbach, which is the mountain that's sheltering us from the wind at the moment, and that's the tent. So if you look at the Black Mountains, they make a hand with the valleys being in between each of the fingers, and the fingers be in the mountain ranges. And if you see, I don't know if you can see this, but you can see that we are at the end of one of the fingers, which is actually sheltering us from an awful lot of weather here. It's really nice. Now it does say on the weather app that this rain and mist is supposed to blow away in about 20-25 minutes, and then it's going to be clear and bright. I can't see it myself, knowing these mountains the way that I do, but maybe the iPhone app knows something that I don't. So anyway, on the off chance that it doesn't know something that I don't, I'm going to get back in the tent, and you can see the tent's really tidy, really good. Like I say, I'll be sad to throw it away because it's just got to the point now it's not waterproof anymore, and it's pretty old. But something I do like about this tent is that awning, because it means you can cook and be sheltered and all the rest of it. So I don't know, might get another one like that, or might get one like that. Can't tell. Right, anyway, sorry, hang on, give you a clean. Thanks for that. I'm probably going to go in and have a chill now. I'll speak to you in a bit. Yeah, I thought I'd have a quick lie on my bed for a little bit, my nice air mattress, and just have a bit of a relax and ease my back off for a bit. And I got on it, and it popped. Yeah, it went bang, and then it went flat. So I guess I'm sleeping on the floor tonight. If there's anything tells you need to change your life, is when you get on an air mattress and it explodes. Oh well. Okay, so the road down, got set up, got everything all sorted, had some food. Now it's time to talk to you guys. So the reason I wanted to do this was to challenge myself, really. I've never been very good at pushing myself outside of my comfort zones, and whenever you organise something like a trip away, I found that if someone pulls out or plans change, I'm not very good at that, and I'll tend to just sack it all off and stay at home. And I tend to try to find reasons not to do something. Interestingly, I tried to find a lot of reasons not to do this weekend. I just tried to find, oh, the weather's bad. Oh, the bike's only little, it's a long way to go on my own. Oh, I don't really know where it is. All that sort of stuff. I think we all do it to a certain extent, and we do it because we're afraid. I know certainly I'm scared to go off and do things on my own. I'm afraid of things going wrong, and I'm afraid of having to manage everything all on my own. But I'm also afraid to get lonely and afraid to spend some time inside my own head. So that's what this weekend was about, or is about, sorry. It's about coming away, doing something that I know I enjoy doing. I love being out in the countryside and camping and all the rest of it. So something that's well within my comfort zone, but doing it on my own on purpose. Like I said, I tried to find lots of reasons not to come and not to do it. I'd set myself a simple rule. You're not getting out of this, go and do it. And now I'm here, I'm really glad I did. Don't get me wrong, it's not perfect. I'm missing my wife, because I do miss my wife when I'm not around her. I'm missing having a bit of company and someone to talk to and laugh with and have a bit of banter and take the mick and all that sort of stuff.
because that's very much part of my life as well. You know, I've got really good friends that I like to spend time around, and we like to joke and laugh with each other, as we all do. So I'm missing that aspect of it, but there's a part of me that's enjoying the peace and the quiet, and there's a part of me that likes not being on anybody else's schedule, so not having to think about anyone else for a period of time. And there's a part of me that's really enjoying setting the rules, as in I can leave when I want, I can do what I want, I'm in charge. And that's kind of surprised me a bit, that I'm sort of sitting into that aspect of it and going, yeah, this is all good, this is about me. Don't think it's the last time I'll be doing this, I really don't. But yeah, so a little update then. My airbed popped. I think I've just told you about that. This chair is revolutionary. It just changes everything, because you can actually get comfortable while you're sat in the tent, which is just fantastic. Everything else, all of my kit, all works really well. The coffee and the cooker and all of that stuff. I seem to have worked out with the cameras and everything else. Bike was flawless, as always. So, kit check, all good. I do need a new tent. This tent is quite old. It's a Eurohike Ribble 3, if anybody wants to go and look for one. They're dead easy to put up. So simple. I know I probably made it look difficult, but they're easy to put up, and you can put them up on your own, which is a great thing. They've also got a fantastic front awning for you to cook and all of that, which you've seen. I don't think I'll get another one of these. I fancy a dome tent. I'm looking with a little bit of envy down at that little dome tent down there. I'm thinking that looks very, very easy to put up, but I've got a feeling I'd get a bigger one than that. So I need a new tent. Everything else seems to be spot on. I'm not looking forward to a night sleeping on the floor, but what is it I always say? Adapt and overcome. It's coming up to 7 o'clock. Sunset's at 8:10 tonight, so I've got about an hour before it starts going dark. I want to sit out and watch watch dusk. I was going to say watch the sunset. I'm not seeing any sunsets tonight, but I want to sit out and maybe watch the dusk if it's dry, or even sit in here and watch it. And then sunrise tomorrow morning is at 6:30, and I'm going to guess that I'll be up by then, and probably moving around to try and get some blood flowing back to my aching body. But we'll see. You never know, I might be comfortable. So I make no promises on my mood for tomorrow, but we'll see how it goes. Anyway, you have a good night's sleep. I'll get myself sorted, and I'll see you in the morning. So it's 2:30 in the morning, and take that off. So it's 2:30 in the morning, and I've just woken up and got a coffee on. So I've never been the best sleeper in the world. I only sleep a couple of hours a night, generally between 4 and 5 hours a night. And because I was cold and everything was a bit wet, I went to bed last night at about 8:30. So I've had me 5 hours. I feel absolutely great. It's actually weirdly a little bit warmer this morning. I slept really well on the floor. Didn't really miss having the airbed. It was all right. I think this is good for you. I think getting away on your own and just being a bit self-sufficient for a while, and just only looking after yourself, I think it's a good thing. I think it's good for you. Do miss Hal. I do miss my wife. Sorry, just woken up. But also, you know, it's good to miss one another as well, isn't it? So, plan today is that I'm going to wait for the sun to come up, and then I'm going to make some bacon and eggs and have a nice filter coffee. Got just enough water left for a filter coffee. And then I'm going to pack the bike back up, pack all the tent down and everything else, and I'm going to head down towards Crick Owl, go and see Maz, and then going to maybe meet up with Jonathan and head back. I haven't decided whether to take the direct route yet, or whether to meander across the countryside. I suppose it all depends on what time I start heading back, really. But yeah, that's the update from camp. You have bacon and eggs when you got little pans like that. I've got some bacon lardons cooking. What I'm going to do is crack the eggs into there, and once they've gone all nice and cooked and crispy, crack the eggs into there, scramble them, bacon and eggs. A bit unconventional, but I reckon it's going to work. I'm going to get that done. I'll let you know what they like. Bacon and scrambled eggs with a bit of crusty bread. That's going to be absolutely lovely, that. And got the coffee on and the cafetiere all sorted. So, bacon and eggs, filter coffee in this environment. Can't beat it. Lou had a bit of a rough night. Looks like he got battered by the wind a bit, but he stood. That's the main thing. He's still on his stand, but what an angle! Check that out. So Lou is all packed up and ready to go. Our campsite is nicely vacated. Everything's all cleaned up and cleared away. You'll notice that I've still got the tent and the sleep roll, which I will speak to you about when we're riding. I'll come back to you in a minute. Right then, bye bye campsite. Looks like we've got some nicer weather blowing in, which will be good. But we're all packed up and ready to go. So let's head off. Start the day with a little light off-roading. And I'm going to go this way because there's two ways into this place, and we took the one way, which was all really bad country lanes, and I just want to see if this is any good. I don't know why I want to see, but curiosity and all of that. So yeah, good night, really enjoyed it. Would I stay there again? Probably not, if I'm honest. The individual camping pitches which they had cut out of the field to make flat was incredibly convenient, but absolutely covered in shale and stone, and you couldn't get your pegs in. And if, like me, you ended up having to lie closer to the floor than you intended, it was something of a little bit of a problem. But like I say, clean pitches, flat pitches, so it weighs off. The toilet facilities there are woeful, if I'm honest with you. They are like a composting toilet, which is very eco-friendly, and I'm right behind that. But they're a composting toilet in this weird little shed that I couldn't even sit down in. And there's just one of them. So, or at least I only saw just one of them. I didn't have a look at the shower facilities. Ooh, I didn't have a look at the shower facilities because, well, not to put too fine a point on it, I didn't have a shower. Hey.
But I think the biggest problem is this. I went to throw my rubbish away and chuck away the old tent and couldn't find any bins. And when I went to have a look, and I'm sure it says it on the website, so I'm not blaming them, but when I went to have a look, it said because we can't get waste collection out here, we can't deal with your waste, you need to take it home. Which, when you're on a motorbike, can be a little bit of a problem. So this bag down here, this one, that's just full of my rubbish, which I've compressed down as much as possible. And as I said, I've got the tent and the sleep roll back on the back of the bike. Like I say, not a massive problem for an overnight stay, but if I was staying 2 or 3 nights or more, I'd be screwed. You can't take all your rubbish away, because obviously once you've used something and it's rubbish, you can't then put it in with the rest of your stuff, and space is at a premium on a bike. So that was a problem. I think as well the other problem is, or for me, is that they said in all of their bump and in their emails and all the rest of it, oh, we're looking forward to welcoming you, and we're looking forward to seeing you, and come and visit us, and we're this, and we're driving change, and we're trying to be more like the old days, which is why I booked to go and stay there. And I pulled up outside, and there's a pretty vague letter, pretty vague letter about where to find your campsite. Can you sign in? Go and sort yourself out. And somebody will be around at 6 o'clock to see if you need anything, and yada yada yada, which is fine and great and dandy. However, no one actually did come round at 6 o'clock. That's a bit steep, isn't it? No one actually did come round at 6 o'clock. And I haven't seen a soul the entire time I was there. Now, it's only a tenner to stay there. It's not an expensive campsite. I'm not expecting Ritz level of customer service or anything like that. But just somebody coming round and saying, you alright, you need anything? You need any guidance? Because I still don't know if I camped in the right spot. Because my email said you're in the upper meadow, and there's an upper meadow and a lower meadow. The email said you're in the upper meadow. When I got there, the smaller tents appeared to be in the first field where I put my tent up, which I'm assuming is the lower meadow, because it was below the other field with the tents in. So I'm just all a bit confused about that. Yeah, so a bit of a problem really, and not the best. However, nearly went. However, see, this is the problem with weight on the bike as well. I had a good time, and I'm not criticising, you know, I'm just sort of giving my honest review, I suppose. So yeah, it was all right. It wasn't brilliant. And certainly I know of 2 or 3 other campsites that I could have gone to within 3 or 4 miles of this one, that are better, if I'm honest. So next time I come down, I'll probably use one of them. Also, they don't explain on the bump just how far out it is. Now you've seen me ride up to it, or ride away from it. It's right up there in the mountain, and it's a fair old distance to have to travel on fairly dodgy roads. Now I'm alright because I'm an experienced motorcyclist, but a new rider or somebody just getting into doing a bit of adventure riding, that would be a bit scary, and it would be a good idea if they just let people know, because on the directions it looks very simple. It's like turn left at the Weinbach sign, go up the road over the crossroads, and we're up there on your right. And it sounds really easy. Well, it's actually it's not like that at all. You ride for about 5 miles on country lanes, with a lot of shale on, a lot of grit and gravel on, You know, some quite dodgy conditions for a motorbike. Not to say it's impassable, it's nowhere near impassable. In fact, it's a nice, easy ride. But newer riders or people that aren't comfortable with riding that kind of surface, it might have been a good idea to give us the heads up. Right, anyway, that's enough honest reviewing. I'm riding back down. I have had a bit of a change of plans. So I was going to go and see Maz and then meet up with Jonathan for a coffee and some other bits and pieces like that. But as you can see, the weather's quite nice at the moment. It's quite sunny. But apparently it's going to blow in quite bad after 11 o'clock in Wales. So what I would like to do is get out of Wales before that happens. And all of my bike gear is still wet from yesterday, apart from new gloves. You'll have noticed a different set of gloves because you always carry a spare pair. So I'm going to head to Abergavenny, grab a coffee, and then head off back. Actually, there is one other thing, so bear with me. I know I said I wouldn't do it, and I'm not going to do it on every video, but have a think about chucking me a subscribe and possibly like the video, just because I really like making the videos and I'm finding it quite exciting to know that there's people watching me doing it as well. So I'd kind of like to know there was more people watching me doing it, really. So if you wouldn't mind, subscribe. I post one video a week, Thursdays at 6. I try and do a short every day. Sometimes funny, sometimes serious, sometimes silly. But I'm trying. Yeah. Thanks. Bye.